bass family, and welcome to Everything Bass. So, you just got a 5-string bass and you're wondering, what now? What do I start with? What's the best use of my time? How can I get competent on this new instrument? This video, I should start off by saying, is specifically for someone who's already played 4 and got the 5, which is the most common thing. I mean, there's some people that start on 5-string and there's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely fine. But I get a lot of players with my private students that play 4-string, they get the 5-string, and then they're kind of a little bit of like, how do I get as fluent and comfortable on this instrument as I do on my 4-string? That's a big topic. But today I'm going to give you 2 things to work on, maybe 3, that immediately will help. Now there's 2 challenges right away. One is knowing the B string, the low B string. It's assuming that your 5-string set up that way. There are 5 strings that have a high C, and the low string is an E, but for the most part, let's go with the standard most common, which is B, E, A, D, G. So knowing these notes helps you a lot and also keeps you from being embarrassed on the stage when you first bring the 5-string up after playing 4 with the band. Again, if you're a Patreon subscriber, there's going to be a sheet called the 5-string hyperneck study. If you guys are familiar with the hyperneck study, it's a simple way to really learn the fingerboard quickly to also get your shifting down. So in this case, we already know that the open string is a B. We call it a B string. We know that. So I don't include that in this exercise. I start with the C. Now, if you remember on videos I did with learning your fingerboard, the key to it all is knowing which notes are separated by just a half step, which means they're neighbors together. And that's the B and the C notes are always right next to each other. The E and the F notes are always right next to each other. All other pairs of notes are separated by consecutive notes that are separated by a fret. So that means that the open B, the first fret is a C, okay? And then of course we have the D on the 3rd fret, E on the 5th fret. Now that's kind of also an easy thing because if you're an old schooler and you tune your bass, a lot of the tuning methods were to play the 5th fret of one and then the open of the next higher string and make sure they're the same pitch, because like in this case I'm playing an A here on the 5th fret of the E string, the open A. Well, that makes sense that if I play a E 5th fret on the B string, it's the same as the open E, the next string higher. So knowing that and going through that helps a lot. The classic, nothing wrong with, in fact pretty valuable, is just take the single string by itself and just say the notes as you play them. And I'm telling you, say the notes. There's something about it. Decades ago, I read a study that when we verbalize, when we say things out loud, we remember them better. It somehow activates something, whether just instead of just thinking it. So sitting there and going B, C, D. Now remember, D to E is a whole step. Now E, F is a half step. So the F is actually on the 6th fret. E, F, G is on the 8th fret. G, and then A, and then B. B is on the 12th fret. You know you've done it right. When you get to the 12th fret, it's the same. You've said the same note as on the open string. Okay. And doing single string studies like that are invaluable and the perfect place to start. The reason I'm giving the hyperneck study, it helps to relate that string with the string you already know. So for 4-string players, one of the strings, the notes we know, the strings where we know the best note locations is the E string. A lot of rock tunes, we're writing that E string. We know those notes very, very well. Taking the new kid in town, the B string, and relating it to that helps a lot. So if you haven't checked out my hyperneck series for the 4-string, it's basically you play 6 notes in a measure and you play 3 notes on the 1 string and 3 notes on the next string. For the 5-string, we're going to be doing all natural notes in this exercise. So we're going to go C, D, E, F, G, A. So that's the first measure. All right, all whole steps, big stretches, but you got to get used to it because you got this bigger neck now. Then we go to the D. We go D, E, F right there. And we go G, A, B. Now it's not the same pattern. On the E, B string, we're playing whole step, half step, and we play all whole steps. All right, then we shift up and play E, F, G, A, B, C. Now B, C right there. Okay. You can actually extrapolate the exercise. Shift up to the next note in the sequence, play 3 notes or 2 more notes from that note, and then another 3 notes. They will all be alphabetical if you're doing it right. Like let's go up to this E, E, F, G. Now you know our musical alphabet. After G comes A, B, C. All right, then if we go F, G, A, B, C, D. So you see it's alphabetical order. So if you're playing and you're not alphabetical, then you probably made a mistake. Stop, go back, figure it out. So that's one of the neatest ways to kind of know that the E string or B string notes all the way up and go as high as you want with this exercise. And mine, I gave you 5 measures, 5 shifts on the Patreon channel. You can actually download this, and it's got the tab. It explains everything. But that's one thing. The second thing is getting to know this wider neck and possibly the string spacing difference. Now, I prefer when I get a 5 string to have the same spacing on the 5 string as on the 4 string. I find that to be helpful. So if my 4 string has, 3/4 inch spacing, I want my 5 string to have 3/4 inch spacing. Whatever I'm most comfortable with. Now, with that said, that makes the width of the neck wider, and our hands have to learn to adjust. Now, this next exercise, I'm giving full credit to Steve Bailey. Amazing teacher. He put out some great materials on 5 string, 6 string bass. He taught 5 string, 6 string classes at Musicians Institute with his open counseling. A lot of times he'd help us, tame the wild beasts. That's the extended range instruments. He taught us an exercise that I love. It's brutal at times, but he created it. And I'm not going to print it up and put it on Patreon. It's not my place. You can actually go to his channel, which I believe is stevebailey.com. Just search on it. If I can't remember, I'll put it in the link in the description below. And he has a lot of resources that you can get from him, and you should. But I'm going to give you, it's called the hazard exercise. And everyone who went to MI or studied privately with Steve Bailey knows this thing, but it's valuable. So what the hazard exercise has you do is you play index middle, and you play the first 2 frets. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All the way across. Easy, right? Now, that 1 doesn't ever leave. So it stays right there on the first fret on the G string. Then you come down the neck by going middle, ring, middle, ring, middle, ring, middle, ring, middle, ring. See, I'm leaving this finger down, creating a stretch here between these fingers and this. Now, here's where the real glory comes. These stay now, and I go ring, pinky, ring, pinky, ring, pinky, ring, pinky, ring, pinky. Okay? Yes. Exactly what you just thought. If this is new to you, you're like, but he calls it the hazard exercise. But it quickly got me acclimated to the wider fingerboard. It helped me with my stretch. Now, of course, it should go without saying, don't do this so long that you feel any pain or over too much fatigue. Play it a little bit every day. If it's a challenge here, maybe go up to the 5th fret where the frets are a little closer together. Go across, leave that index finger down, leave the index in the middle down, and go across. What a great warm-up. I mean, what a great warm-up. And it's gonna accomplish the thing we wanted, which is to really get yourself acclimated with the wider fingerboard. After a while, you'll find you're not even looking. And that's helpful because, you might have to keep your eyes on a chart. You're going to want to know that you can navigate this new wider fingerboard. So very, very good. So again, I strongly ask you to support Steve Bailey. Go out. He has so many resources. He has a lot of published books. There's some great videos out there. If you're lucky enough and you can do it, study. Go to Berklee College of Music, where he's the bass chair, and study with him. I learned so much from him. He elevated my playing so much, and he's a great educator. All right, so combining my hyperneck study to really know the notes of the B string with Steve Bailey's hazard exercise, and you're on your first steps to really making the 5 string feel as comfortable as the 4 string. There'll be some more 5 string videos coming up. I love playing this bass. This is one of my newest basses and absolutely love it. So I haven't been using it on the videos because most of my videos, my stats show, are viewed by people who play 4 string, but you're probably going to see more of the 5 string coming up. All right. So brothers and sisters of bass, thank you for stopping by. Congratulations on the new 5 string. It is a cool instrument, and there's a lot of power and a lot of expression when you can drop those low notes strategically. One word of warning: don't go there just because it's there. Sometimes when players have the new 5-string, every song they play, they're down there in the low sub E range, and it loses kind of its effect. I find that I play a lot in worship bands, and the times when I can like really, hit that low C or B, I want it to support like a important phrase in the lyrics, or maybe a transition to a quiet section. I'll lay that low B there instead of playing the octave up. Just kind of let it kind of set this plate for everyone else to do something cool on. Be strategic when you use it, and you'll be much more successful than just throwing it, staying down there the entire set, which can be fatiguing for your hand and for your audience and the bandmates. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know how I did. Let me know do you want more 5-string videos? That'd be great. Put in the comment below, but help me. Say, yeah, more 5-string videos would be great. Here's what I'm looking to learn. I need more help with. Those things help me plan my course of study much better than just saying, yeah, more videos, please. And then I'm not sure what area I should go to. Is it slapping on the 5-string? Whatever. So be as descriptive as you can, and I can be hopefully more valuable. All right. Thank you so much. See you at the next video.